everybody wants to go there. San Francisco, West Coast.
Getting those rates.
Get to the West Coast, right? Get the rates. Get the rates. Excellent stuff. Thank you so much, Zach. We'll catch up with you again, I guess, next week, right?
Next week.
Excellent. Right now, let's toss it over to Kaylee Nix.
Thanks, guys, for that. And that does it for us here on FreightWaves Now this morning. Make sure that you're tuning in with us every morning right here at 9 a.m. You can always find us live on LinkedIn, also on FreightWaves.com and FreightWaves TV. There's no Freightonomics today. Unfortunately, we've got a break from Zach and Anthony, but they will be back next week. We will have Cyberly this afternoon, though, as well as Medically Necessary in Taking the Higher Road. Make sure that you're catching those live on tv.freightwaves.com. Once again, those will also be streaming live on LinkedIn. And you can find those recaps up on demand anywhere that you get your podcasts and on freightwaves.com. We'll see you guys right back here tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Have a great rest of your Thursday.
Speed, agility, efficiency. It's who we've always been and what defines us as we race ahead, adapting to a changing world. Today, we're setting the standard, creating the industry's first end-to-end supply chain technology platform. As new innovations move us forward, it's our people and the exceptional service they provide that sets us apart. Together, we outpace the competition and deliver results, providing high-tech, high-touch solutions that transform our clients' businesses. We outsmart and outwit every challenge with the experience to see what's on the horizon and the momentum to create what's next. We are bold. We are relentless. We are visionary. And the impact we have on our clients and across our industry will change everything. We are Trans Impact.
Reliance Partners was built by people who have a deep understanding of the trucking and freight broker industries. You already have plenty of obstacles along the road. Insurance doesn't need to be one of them. Reliance Partners. Focus on your destination. Let us watch your back. Visit ReliancePartners.com to get a quote today.
At Skybits, we've been providing asset monitoring solutions longer than anyone for trailers, intermodal containers, and all types of remote assets. Our entire customer success team is dedicated to helping you extract, analyze, and act on the data we capture to maximize capacity, reduce costs, and eliminate downtime, making you smarter, safer, more productive, and more profitable. Skybits. Smart assets. Proven results.
If you want to learn more about Lean Solutions Group and how we're helping companies in the transportation space augment their workforce, feel free to visit us at leangroup.com for more information.
Good morning.
Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. Thankful Thursday. So first things first, we want to say thank you to each and every one of our drivers out there for all you do. I know we say that every single week, however.
But we mean it.
We mean it, and we can't say it enough. So we're going to continue to do that.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. I'm Shelly.
I'm Christy.
Of course, we've got our producer over there.
Yep. Hello.
How are you, Dylan?
If I could get the camera view over here, I'd be great. But no, I'm actually really good.
The voice
We've been
behind
doing
the magic.
Yes, a little bit of magic there, but I've been doing great. We got some interesting things going on in the studio right now. If any of you guys have been sticking around throughout the morning, you'd probably notice that we do have Freight Waves on our morning show now. So this is the first time that we've had them streaming throughout the day. So this has been a pretty interesting week trying to get everything together and get it all prepped for that. So I'm doing pretty good.
That's awesome.
Doing pretty well. How about you guys?
Yeah, it's been a kind of a crazy week, I think, for
I feel like a crazy few weeks.
Yes. I feel like I can't catch my breath.
Yeah. I know. Well, that's how I was, because I spent the last week of July getting ready for vacation, and then spent a week of vacation, and then spent last week trying to catch up from being on that week of vacation, and I'm still playing catch up. Yeah. And there was, I think all the parts have been moving, and everything's just seemed off. Like different people have been out, and so it doesn't just feel like the same. Yes.
And so everybody's trying to get those last minute summer plans before the kids go back to school, and then you've got school starting.
And trying to get back into school.
My kids started yesterday.
Yes, I know. How are you doing?
I'm okay. I did really well. I was a little bit better than I anticipated. I actually have twin boys who are 6 years old, almost 6 years old, and they started kindergarten yesterday, which is a huge deal.
It's crazy, right?
It's just crazy for me. I think they were totally ready, and it's not like they haven't been in daycare and things like that, but this was different.
Oh, it's totally different. And I'm on the flip side of that. Even though there's only a couple years difference between us, I'm on the opposite end. This was my first time in 16 years of not having a child start school. So I didn't have to do school supply shopping or although Riley did some clothes shopping and was like, feel free to reimburse me. I was like, no, I'm good. I will keep my money. But it was very weird. I feel like I'm missing out on something. We always went to breakfast on the first day of school. And so it's it's just over. But luckily, my niece and nephew are school age. So I was asking my brother, I was like, are y'all doing breakfast? If not, I might just go by myself. I was going to go with Kendra. I was like, I'm going to breakfast with somebody. But they did end up picking somewhere, and so we went. So at least that continued on. I know, but it's crazy. So yeah, you're in a whole new phase.
It is. It's a new phase for sure. And then obviously, Dylan, you've got the FreightWave stuff that's been building and now launched, which is so exciting.
Yes.
Yeah, it's definitely exciting. I am surprised that it hasn't gone wrong yet.
Hey, don't jinx it
I'm
now.
not gonna jinx it. It probably will at some point, but it's been nice kind of seeing everything work out how it has. So I'm excited to see what's to come of that. And we got a lot of changes, good changes, I think, coming. So
It's
yeah,
like your own
good
little
stuff.
baby.
Yep, a little bit, except that I don't have to pay child support. So
Yes, lucky
that's
you.
what's doing it.
Well, the reason we talk about all this stuff, and I don't know about you guys, but it takes a mental toll, I think, when you have a lot going on. I have some personal things that I'm working on, professional things that we're working on that, all require this mental energy. I feel like the drivers, they go through the same thing. They've got a lot going on. And I feel like of anybody, they would know how that is, where it's all mental. You're thinking about life, and you're thinking about all these things that you've got going on, or your family, or you've got to get an extra 100 miles today because whatever bill needs to be paid off. You have a 34 coming up, and you got to make sure that you're maximizing those miles. I mean, there's a lot of mental energies that go into that.
And how do you give all of it 100%? Right? Because that's what I think that's the pressure, and that's where it starts to build up, because you want to give 100 to everything, but you can't. So how do you figure out how to balance that?
I think one of the things that I do a lot, because I do have usually a million things going on at one time. I don't know if y'all figured this out if you've ever watched this show. I am type A. I always have a million things going on all at one time. It's all or nothing with me.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
And that's okay. I like that. You know, that's how I function. It's all or nothing. But it does take a mental drain. And so for me personally, I have found, and it's taken a long time to figure out to ground myself periodically, and even to the point where, you know, sometimes if I don't necessarily need it, I still will do it, just to kind of, so I don't get to that point.
So you don't burn out.
So you don't burn out. You know, it's easy to do, but it's also easy to try to recenter yourself regularly. What does that mean? Well, in order to kind of talk about what that means, you have to figure out what your particular symptoms are of overwhelm and burnout are. You know, we've talked about burnout a little bit before, but overwhelm is not necessarily burnout. It doesn't have to be that. Overwhelm could be, I've just got literally everything going on right now, and I'm having trouble organizing all of it in my brain, and it's using all of these energies. Well, you know, we've talked about this before, and Dylan, you're a really good resource for this particular topic, but how stress and anxiety and overwhelm and stuff affects your body physically. You know, for some people, for me, it's illness. I feel like my immunity just kind of tanks when I'm super stressed out, if I'm overwhelmed, and sometimes I don't even realize it. I don't feel overwhelmed.
Yes.
But my body is telling me I'm overwhelmed.
And that's a big cue too, because I think that's a lot of it, is a lot of times we don't feel overwhelmed. Like our personalities, we feel like, I got it, I can handle it, like I'm good. But something's telling you like, no, because I think mine, you're saying illness, I think mine is, I think I just get really tired. But I'm always tired, so I don't realize the difference. Like I feel like, oh no, I'm always tired. But after, if someone points it out or somebody says something, I'm like, oh, maybe it is a different tired. Like, you know.
There's times where I'll notice that I'm getting overwhelmed with everything once. I'll notice myself going, and I'm like, this is fine. I can juggle everything all the time. And then I'll get home one day and I'll be like, am I sick? Like, I feel warm. I don't know if this is normal. And then, like, the next day I'll wake up okay. But then by the end of the day, I kind of feel sick. And I'm like, I don't think I'm sick. I just think that my eyes are always strained on something. And so it causes that amount of stress. So we get a lot of overwhelming feelings. And especially now, it seems like everybody's just running around like crazy.
Yes.
But what can people do to alleviate some of that? Maybe take better care of their mental health while at work?
So there's a lot of things that you can do. And number one is, I say it a lot, you identify your strengths and weaknesses. You know, and if there's a particular area, specifically with work, if you know those weaknesses, you're able